Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and in this video I'm going to tell you why I chose my McLaren 570S over its rivals from Ferrari, Lamborghini, and even the McLaren 650S. So I love this turbo motor. It's got a lot of power down low, so even going around town where I really can't exceed speed limits, I can still do some low second gear pulls and you really feel that turbo shove. Now this road is still bumpy even though they paved it. None of the roads here are smooth. But this road used to be a lot bumpier, so we can now use it again. So this car, what I love about it is I bought this car for handling, and I'll tell you what cars I compared it to before I bought this one. This car has razor sharp handling. If you're like me and hate understeer, this car just has incredible turn-in with no understeer. It's so neutral. It's probably the most neutral car you can buy, I think. Much more neutral, I thought, than the equivalent Ferrari or Lamborghini. They seem to have a lot more understeer. This car we even oversteer a little bit. So now there's no aero on this car like a 650S or a 12C, nothing compared to that. So the 570S actually has skinnier tires, so you actually have to drive the car. We don't have a wing that comes up on the it does on the 12C or the 650S, and which really makes the car stable, and it gives you more braking too with that air brake. But this is the car, it actually has slower lap times than those cars because this is the enthusiast car. These are for people that like to drive. I test drove those other cars, and basically you stop and steer. The car is so electronic, it was really designed more around a fastest lap time. Now, a good 570S certified pre-owned like my car is about the same price as the equivalent 650S Spider. Now, I talked to actually Matt Farah about this, and he was concerned with warranty on the 650S. 650S, like the 12C, has that electronic suspension instead of anti-roll bars, and it can cost $40,000 to replace, and he didn't believe it was covered by warranty. Certainly, you'd be out of warranty on those cars because they're 15s and 16s, and most of those 16s were actually sold in 15. So the 3-year warranty is now expired, and the certified pre-owned warranty does not cover, we believe, the electronic suspension. So you could get a $40,000 bill at some point. Servicing costs are about 3 times as much. From what I heard, people that have 650Ss, they usually the glorified oil change and the other stuff they have to do, just because their ease of access isn't as good to the engine. There's a lot more panels that have to be removed. So from 650S owners I talked to, their services, annual services, were like $3,000 to $5,000 a year instead of $1,000 or $1,500 a year. Big difference. And I just think the 570S, honestly, is going to have the better resale value, in my opinion, because I think it just will appeal to more people. So what cars did I shop this car against? Well, real close contenders. So my favorite car, the favorite car I've ever driven, was a McLaren 720S. Thanks to McLaren of Bergen County and John, the salesman over there. He let me do a YouTube test drive of a 570S and a 720S. 720S, best car in the world. If you can afford $300-something thousand, usually they go for about $335, $350 with options. Buy that car. That's even better. The one that we did in the video, and maybe I'll link it at the end here, was $400,000, had every single option. But the 570S, I think if you're spending your own money, is the sweet spot. So this car, they usually sticker about $205, $210 with options. $188 is the base price. This car has every single option available. So, and this beautiful vermilion red paint. I wasn't even looking for red, but this car had 50,000 in carbon fiber alone. All the black pieces on this car, the mirrors, even the speaker housings here, the steering wheel, the center console, the front bumper, the rear diffuser, were all carbon fiber. So out of that 100,000 in options, or almost 100,000, 80,000 in options, almost 50 of it is carbon fiber. So this car stickered at $250. So, and it really is the same. I wanted blue or orange. A blue or orange strip car was essentially the same price as this with every single option. So I said, wanted to have the best experience. Because the base interior is pretty, you're gonna, it's like a C5 Corvette. I mean, that's an extreme example, and I'm, of course, exaggerating. But the base interior is not for me. I really love this 3rd level interior trim. There's 3 levels of wheels as far as lightness, and I think looks. I have the lightest, most expensive, I think best looking wheels. Noise on this car, this actually melted one of my GoPros. So I think I did get a few sound clips, which I'll put in here, hopefully. that you can hear the acceleration. I think they did a real good job. It's hard for a turbo motor to sound good, and I think with this turbo V8, they did make it sound good. It doesn't sound as good as a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, so those cars beat it. So the cars in this price range, in that 160,000 range, were the Ferrari 458. Unfortunately, Ferrari 458 here in the United States came out model year 2010, and they made a lot of improvements in 2012. Just so happens when I was shopping for this car, the local Ferrari dealer got it in 2011, so it didn't have the updates of the 2012, and I believe the 2012 is when they went with a longer warranty. And it was still like 10 grand more than this car. And I test drove it, and though that gearbox, that Ferrari dual clutch, was state of the art in 2011, it's not that great now. It was very slow, it was very laggy, and the McLaren gearbox was much, much better than that 458 gearbox. Now, the Huracan was a great contender. I love how that car looks. I think it looks even better than the 458. I think this car looks amazing too. And I thought the Huracan sounded phenomenal, and I love normally aspirated motors. But I can tell you the downsides to it. Well, one was price. A Huracan with 20,000 miles, and they built 11,000 of these cars, so they didn't build many 570Ss. Obviously, because more people probably, more of a household name, Ferraris and Lamborghinis, so obviously they sell a lot more of them. And they've sold 11,000 Huracans, but they really haven't depreciated. People that have Huracans drive them every day, so it's very easy to find a 5,000 mile Ferrari. People tend to, when they hit 5,000 miles is when they put them up for sale. But the Huracan, there's a lot with 20,000 miles. And they still wanted 189 at the time I bought this in December for a 20,000 mile Huracan. A low mileage one is still in the twos. So it really wasn't the price difference. If they were the same price, maybe I would have taken the Huracan. But two big downsides. The dual clutch isn't as good as this car. It's still good. And the handling wasn't as good. There's too much understeer for me. So I would probably get, if I was getting a Huracan, I would probably get the rear drive 580. I thought that car was a lot more playful than the all-wheel drive model. All right, and that's why I chose the McLaren 570S over its competitors. Remember to hit the subscribe button, like and share this video so our channel can grow, and as always, leave a positive comment below and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.